Turn the PFD up because it's very dim, just like me. Hello everybody, welcome to Chaz Draycott Media and welcome to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are here today at Edinburgh for another charter flight on my channel, and thanks once again to all of you that have been chartering flights so far. It's been fantastic to go on the different routes that have been on here. We're on the ground here at Edinburgh. It seems quite busy at the moment actually. I've just connected to VATSIM. I think we've got somebody, there's a pushback going on over there from EasyJet. We've got British Airways next to us. We're in the delightful Golf Tango Tango November Alpha, which is this gorgeous Better World livery from BA. And today's flight is going to be call sign Speedbird to Delta Bravo. Thanks very much to Daniel Boddington for chartering another flight here on my channel today. We're going to be going down to Bournemouth, so we're going from EGPH to EGHH. I'm running a little bit behind schedule admittedly, but we should be absolutely fine. But would you look at this delightful aircraft? It is gorgeous. I'm delighted to say that today's video sponsor is Bedfordshire Diecast. Bedfordshire Diecast is the place to go for all of your aviation diecast needs, whether it be 400th or 200th scale. They stock a fantastic variety of brand new releases from the likes of NG models, Phoenix and Panda, to the pre-owned models acquired through their vast range of contacts within the hobby. Each model is carefully looked after and well packaged when they're delivered, ensuring no damage in transit. Bedfordshire Diecast started out as a hobby for Simon, eventually becoming a business and one of the UK's top retailers from which to buy models. It's a product of passion and enthusiasm from day one, so you can guarantee that they know what collectors want from a retailer. They also provide a points system and memberships, tailoring exclusive benefits and rewards to enthusiasts whether they're starting out or have been long-time collectors. I've amassed a collection of over 60 models so far, and over 40 of them have come from Bedfordshire Diecast, whether it be some of the largest aircraft in our skies to some of the very smallest. They've always looked after me very well, and I know they'll continue to do so it's great to have them on board as a sponsor. Make sure you check out bedfordshireidiecast.co.uk today, and keep an eye out on social media too. They attend aviation fairs all over the country, so you could meet the people behind it all, and potentially get one-time deals on the models that you've been after. Thanks very much to Bedfordshire Diecast for sponsoring. Now let's get back into it, shall we? Absolutely gorgeous. We're waiting for some more passengers to board, of course, so I've only just started boarding, but I'm going to attach the tug nice and early. He's going to drive up to the aircraft now. We're here at the Pyreeg Devco Edinburgh, which is a fantastic looking airport. Absolutely stunning place. Yeah, I'm loving it. Oh my god, it's Drew Fletcher. Drew is ringing me. Right, let's play to this. Hello Drew, you're on YouTube.
Hello.
How are you?
What are you doing?
I'm just flying from Edinburgh to Bournemouth.
Right, okay, I'll leave you to it. Is this a charter?
It is a charter. Have you got any words for the wonderful people of YouTube?
Hi chat. I suppose you want to say that. Hi chat. Click like and subscribe. And, fly safe.
I'll try.
Alright, mate.
Alright,
I'll catch you later.
Yeah, I'll speak to you when I land.
See you, mate.
See you in a bit. Bless him. Drew Fletcher, everyone, making a strange cameo. What timing? It's like he knew. That's mad. Anyway, we're going to jump into the cockpit and we're going to crack on, because like I said, I'm a little bit behind schedule today, so I'm going to crack the external power on. We're then going to put the batteries 1 and 2 on. They should have gone on first. Cruise supply, nav, ADIRS, left, right, centre. Strobe goes to auto, nav and logo light on. Arm the emergency exits, no smoking signs. And then the master switch on the APU, and then the start switch. Boom. I'll bring up the charts and show you where we're flying to today. From Edinburgh down across the UK into Bournemouth. So we're going to go and vector ourselves. Once we get to Sam, we're going to head this way, and then we're going to turn onto the centre fix. So it's runway 08, so we need 180 degrees from that. Let's just check the actual runway heading as well, shall we? Runway heading is 075. It might be behind my head a little bit. 075. So what would that be? 180... I don't know, I can't do maths. I'll figure it out in a minute. We need to now get all of our information from the likes of this sorted. Frame rate is awful at the moment. I have updated my scenery settings as well, so the detail is actually set to 100 rather than... Actually, I think it might be on 75 rather than 50 that it was on before. Oh! Now that's silly, isn't it? That's silly. Okay, we can get the air pressure. 1009. Beautiful. Boarding is completed already. That's crazy. 1009 on the QNH. It's going to update on both sides. Let's go down to the MCDU, shall we, and see whether we can get an init request on. It's done it. Okay, cool. We'll get the flight plan in then. Oh, no. No, it's not done it. Oh, forgot about that bit. I'm in a bit of a fluster because, like I say, I'm trying to do this quickly today. I do also have Volanta open on my right screen. I'll bring it over for you. And we should be able to add, yes, our flight plan in here. There we go. Speedbird to Delta Bravo. Cracking. There we go. The init data request is now complete. So now we can put the flight plan in and get our departure and everything in. On the departure today, using my usual VATSIM scratchpad, I am on the Gossam 1 Charlie today from runway 24. That one. Pop that in. EGHH, we are going to be on the Bug Up 1 Sierra arrival for ILS 08. There it is. No VIA, because we're going to do a lot of the vectoring and stuff ourselves. The VIA for BIA takes you basically straight to the airport and then away from it again, so we're not going to be doing any of that. Pyreek Devco's Edinburgh is absolutely delightful to look at. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous airport. There we go, there's the import. So let's get the...
Boarding completed.
Yep, boarding done. I'm going to do fast refueling time on that. Get that done. And let's have a little look outside, shall we? Did we ever start the APU? Yeah, we did.
I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard
Weird.
our flight.
I will be fueled up in just a second, so now we've got the data in, we can pop the MCDU into perf now, can't we?
We do appreciate your business having
Do we get to calculate it on here? I don't think we do we? We can. Okay, I'm going to do it on here. EGPH, runway 24, runway elevation, la-di-da, dry, wind at the moment is 30 at 3, temperature is 11, it's nice and warm actually at the moment. QNH is 1009er, takeoff weight, ooh, does it tell us? Payload, 0 fuel weights in there. Let's go into the perf page on the MCDU, shall we? Oh, block fuel I need to grab. There's a lot of cross-reference in all of this, isn't there? I'm filing my flight plan on VATSIM as well. It's all a bit on the go. So 5366 is the block fuel, so it's 5.4. Takeoff weight 65.8 tons. So we need to put that in here. 6,500. Center of gravity position. Config is going to be optimal. Thrust, flex, anti-ice off, packs on. Calculate. 138, 138. 136, 138, 138. We've got to pop these in. 138, bang, 138, bang. Flex to temp was 67, and we're going to be going flaps 1, I believe. Flaps 2 it wants us today. Okay. There we go, flaps 2. Check takeoff data. Yeah, we've got that sorted. That is good to go. Extra time.
Traffic 215 landing up 24.
Oh. Right, I'm just going to wrap up some final bits in here, make sure I've got everything all checked, and then we're good to go. I'm going to lock the cabin door as part of my sort of... It's doing this again. Part of my procedure, I was going to say. It was being a bit weird the other day where it wouldn't allow me to click certain buttons from distance. I had to be really close to them to get any of them to press properly, so I'm not quite sure why it's being a pain like that, but...
Edinburgh traffic, Shamrock 215, Boston 24, Edinburgh traffic, Gotham 1 Charlie departure, Edinburgh.
As you heard there, that was Shamrock getting ready to go. So I've done all of the stuff on the MCDU. We can now put the central fuel tanks on up here. We just need to make sure windows and doors are closed, beacon light goes on, then it's thrust levers to idle as they are, parking brake, APU bleed, and so on. I'm just going to make sure my controls are on the right profile, but in the meantime, I'm going to click prepare for pushback and departure on GSX. Just make sure that we're going to go nose left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Edinburgh traffic, Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, pushing back from stand 8, Edinburgh traffic. We need to put the beacon light on.
Edinburgh traffic, Shamrock 215, passing flight level 2000.
Seatbelt signs come on.
Gotham 1 Charlie departure.
Cool.
24, Edinburgh.
Okay. APU bleed, external power disconnected, engine mode goods to ignition and start. Let's start engine number 1, shall we? Wait for it. There we go. How cool did that sound and look with the reflections along the windows then? I did not plan that at all. That was really cool. Oh, hello. Oh! 121.755, I didn't realise. Okay. Whoops. I could be in for a big telling off here. Edinburgh Ground, Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, apologies, with you.
2 Delta Bravo, Edinburgh Ground, good afternoon, report your aircraft.
Sorry, say that again for me, Delta Bravo.
Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, good afternoon, report your aircraft, please.
Report what? I'm sorry, I'm having a struggle hearing you there. Report what, sorry, for Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo?
Report your aircraft type.
Airbus A320neo for British Airways.
Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, you're cleared to Bournemouth, Go Sam 1 Charlie departure, squawk 7027, information Lima current.
Squawk 7027, information Lima, Go Sam 1 Charlie departure, that's runway 24, Edinburgh, Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, thank you.
Confirm squawk 7027.
Squawk 7027, Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo.
Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, correct.
Well, I'm not sure if I've made a massive clot of myself or what. That's interrupted me getting a beauty shot of my engine start, but who cares? That's not the important thing here.
Please prepare for takeoff.
Okay, so let's get our initial altitude in on the departure. I think it's 5,000 or 6,000. It is 6,000 at GoSam. So we're up to... yeah, as long as you're below 6. So let's pop that in. And then we'll have to let him know, obviously, that we're ready for taxi. I'm going to whack auto brakes on max straight away. Terrain on ND already. Let's just make sure that we've got our after start checklist sorted. So after start, engine mode's gone back to normal. Flaps get set. We're going to go flaps 2. We're going to set these speed brakes down here. I'm going to put predicted wind shear on now as well. APU bleed comes off. And APU master switch also comes off. Nose light will go to taxi in just a moment. We want to check the rudder trim is all reset. Beautiful. Runway turn-offs go on, and then nose light to taxi when we get clearance. So, Edinburgh Ground, Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, ready for taxi.
Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, taxi holding point Delta 1, runway 24.
Holding point Delta 1, runway 24, Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, thank you. So we have pushed back onto...
Easy 68 Foxtrot Kilo, stand 6, push and start approved, face east, QNH 1010.
Let's take the parking brakes off. Aircraft should roll on its own.
QNH 1010 is connection.
We have pushed back onto... God, I'm stressing now. Foxtrot. I always write this stuff down. QNH is 1009er. Flight level today is going to be 370. We're going to be held in at Delta 1. Flipping heck. busy all of a sudden. Yeah, I didn't see that there was ground online at Edinburgh. I'm so sorry about that. There was centre and control and all sorts on all the way down earlier, but unfortunately not any longer. It's been a very busy start, this. Like I say, I have been running a little bit later than planned for this one. Cabin check. Up here, and then a takeoff config test. I have to really zoom in on these buttons. I don't know why on the fly-by-wire. Takeoff config is normal. Let's also check on the MCDU, actually. If we go to perf, next phase, does it have flight level 370 in the cruise? Is that in init? Init B? Where is that? I can never remember where that is. Is it prog? Yeah, flight level 370. It says down there, look. It'll probably hand me over to Unicom. There's no tower online. Delta 1 is just on the left there. You can see, look, Delta 3 here, Delta 1 there. It'll probably clear me just as I come to a stop, I bet you.
Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, nothing further. Unicom 122.8, have a good flight.
Over to Unicom 122.8. Thanks very much. Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo. Okay. We'll hold short. Oh, come on. It's going to get frustrating, that. Edinburgh traffic, Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, holding short, runway 24, Delta 1. Okay, let's just make sure we've got everything all happy on here. We've gone via Foxtrot and then Delta. I've written that down. Before takeoff, then, initial altitude, we've got all of that stuff set, so we're just going to put the runway turn-offs on. We're going to put our landing lights on as well. Nose light's going to go to takeoff when it decides to play ball. And then we're going to put strobe to on. Let's just go down here as well, make sure that that goes to TA and RA. Altitude reporting is on. Fantastic. Squawking 7027. We have flaps 2, auto brakes max. I'm pretty ready to go. Are you? Are we ready? We're going to do packs off as well. Got to remember this time. Pack off, pack off. Cool. Edinburgh traffic, Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo lining up runway 24. We're on flap 2. Got the throttles on. Going to start this clock down here. Thanks once again, Daniel Boddington, for chartering this flight today, mate. Really do appreciate it. Sorry it's been a bit of a chaotic start, but I know that you lot like to watch me struggle a little bit, don't you? Let's put constraints on here. No, that's not the right one. Wonder whether that's something to do with it. Oh, God. Wow, she didn't want to play ball there. Low frame rates do make it a bit difficult for turning. Edinburgh traffic, Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, departing runway 24. Let's go then, 50%. Line her up. Got all the patchwork and stuff on the runway. God, they take ages to spool, don't they? Are we ready? Let's go. To flex. Manflex 67 SRS runway auto thrust is blue. 60 knots. Relieving the forward pressure. 100 knots. 120. V1. Rotate. Positive rate of climb, so gear is up. Straight onto that flight director. Woohoo! Lovely view outside. Like I say, I've updated my scenery settings, so everything should be a little bit prettier at least. Look at that. Isn't this game cool? Sim. Sorry, not game. Edinburgh traffic, Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, passing 1,500 feet. Have a good day, everyone. I'm going to go flap 1. Oh, lever into climb. Maybe it was a little bit early on the flaps there, actually. Wow. Cloudy. Let's do a quick bing bong of the seatbelt signs. No, I guess not then. I'll just go myself, shall I? Fly by wire. Packs on. Ground spoilers disarmed. Flaps will be coming up in a second. Let's turn the PFD down a little bit. It's a bit bright. Okay, past S speed. Flaps can go 0. Let's go to the right a little bit. And we're going to put the autopilot in. Let it do its thing. Cracking. Right, time for a beauty shot and then I'll clean up. Okay, we're going into standard pressure. No. These switches are going to get on my tits. Okay, so we're into standard pressure. We're at 6,000 feet. Just going to look at the charts and see whether we can climb beyond this. No, we need to be 6,000 at Gossam, and then we go up from there. Let's just do a bit of cleaning up though, shall we? So after takeoff, landing gear came up, flaps are up, packs came back on, speed brakes were disarmed, nose light needed to come off, and so did the runway turn-offs actually. Come on. It's just, I don't know what it is, but it's changed something to do with the controls there. Landing lights stay on until 10,000, so yeah, we're good. Seatbelt signs I'll bring off now as well. People can chill out. Yeah, what a lovely day to go flying though, eh? It's a bit cloudy here. We're about to smack into this piece of cloud, but yeah, it's mighty, mighty wonderful. Edinburgh down towards Bournemouth today. We should arrive at about 2:15, it says. That's in about an hour's time. Air time on today's flight is scheduled to be an hour and a quarter. And we took off about 5 minutes ago, so we might get there a little bit quicker than planned. The estimated time of arrival on here is 14:13 actually. So yeah, not too bad at all. As I mentioned in my previous video as well, I will not be going on to Flight Sim 2024 for quite a while yet. My PC can only just at the moment handle 2020. It's not just down to that though, but Dan and I both tried 24 for the day and wanted to sort of surprise everyone by suddenly doing a video on it, and the performance was all over the place. It was so inconsistent, even with the freeware aircraft as well. It just didn't work out for us, so I'm going to be sticking with this for a while because let's face it, this still looks great and it still flies just the same. There's not really any major benefit for me to go on to 2024, so I'm going to be sticking with this for the foreseeable until there's a major performance hit. I'll still keep trying 24 here and there, you know, I'm not going to be completely ignorant to it, but obviously if the performance doesn't get better at my end, then what's the point? So I've got everything set up here as I want it, and I'm enjoying it a lot. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying the videos as a result as well. Thank you so much again to all of you that are chartering these flights so far. It's great fun to do them, and may they continue. Okay, we've passed GoSam now, so we're going to put in our cruising altitude of 370, all the way up. Boom, there we go. Let's climb and let's go listen to these LEAP engines sing, shall we?
Mayday. Is this 6-8 Foxtrot, so we have zero control over the aircraft, don't know what to do.
Someone's just called Mayday. What? Let me check on Volanta and see who's nearby. Something Foxtrot. What? How strange. Still, we're on a beautiful climb at the moment. Gorgeous conditions here this afternoon. But we're going to pop this on airport, go to 160. We're going to do the same on the other side as well, because why not? Go to 160. And I don't think there's anything else that we need to do at this stage, really. We're just got to prepare for when we come back down. I was a bit late turning the seatbelts, no, not seatbelt signs, the landing lights off. The cloud base is quite low, actually. We're only at, what, 22,000 feet, and the cloud is considerably lower than us, so we've got some epic conditions up this way. Not really that far through our journey yet. It does say I've got an out-of-date aircraft version because I didn't want to go for the latest development version of it. I went back one. So maybe that's something to do with the switches. I don't know, but we'll find out. I'll update it for next time and we'll go from there. Top of climb is in quite a while yet, nearly 80 miles until we get to that. So yeah, I'm going to continue to enjoy this climb, go get myself a new drink and be back again soon. Okay, welcome back to the cockpit and welcome to 37,000 feet, everyone. We are now at cruise altitude. Quite a high cruise considering that we're staying in the UK as well. I would have expected to be at this height if we were going much further afield. But I've decided that we're going to try and put the information in now into the Perth section of course, our MCDU for the arrival. So we're going to put all this in, just get it loaded in the meantime. So 1010, 150 at 9, so 1010 in there, and then it's 150 at 9. We are flying over Manchester, so we are going to now get a lot of traffic in. There's a tower on at Manchester though, so it's going to be all the ground stuff that we're going to be hearing from up here, so they're all going to be on Unicom talking away to each other. What are the Barrow minimums at Bournemouth? Let's find out. On the ILS, we're intercepting at 1,500 feet, quite a low intercept. And then on the ILS, it is going to be, oh, hello. Yeah, ILS localizer. So ILS 238 on the Barrow minimums today. Pop them in. We're going to go full, and we're at VAP 133. That's not too bad, is it? That's quite a higher speed, actually. I've already written down that we're going to park at stand 8 once we get there. Hopefully vacate at Charlie. That would be brilliant, but we may get off at Golf, just use all the distance. Then come in here and park at stand... Oh no, I chose stand 4. Sorry, we were at stand 8 when we left Edinburgh. Bournemouth's a big old airfield, actually. Big airfield, but just with one main runway. That's an old, disused runway now. And with the scenery that I've got, I think there's some of the Airbus A340-600s parked at the far end, some of the European cargo ones, which is quite cool. So that information's all in. We've been in the air 32 minutes, as you can see here. Everything's all right. We're going to maybe check some systems. Why not? Let's have a check of some systemonies on here, shall we? I need to figure out how I wish you could just go backwards, because you can't just use WASD on here and move around and go backwards. Let's figure this out. So we'll go through all the pages. So engines, bleed, all matched up. Tasty. Pressures, cabin pressures, good. Pack 2 and Pack 1, all good. Nice. Electric systems, nothing's coming up in yellow. Everything seems to be going well. Hydraulics all at 3000 psi. That's what you want. By the way, in pressures, is it? Wow, where is it? I'll show you in a second. So you see the B and G's and the G's and Y's. That's green, blue, yellow. This is what Drew and I were going to talk about when we flew together a while ago. You've got green, blue, yellow. They're the different hydraulic systems. So when you get flight controls, say you lose the green system, for example, you would then lose left aileron, right aileron, pitch trim, rudder, left elevator. So you'd lose everything except the right elevator. Blue, you'd probably lose everything except for pitch trim. I mean, you don't want to lose any of them anyway, do you? But yeah, flipping out. Green, blue and yellow all control speed brakes. But yeah, they're all on different systems, basically. Yep. Doors. Air conditioning. It's 24 degrees in the cockpit. I think it's a status page, or is it just nothing? What did Drew said that he has it on? Can't remember what he said he has it on. Do you put it on all or status? You need to leave it on the status page. That's the cleanest one. Why is it going back to APU? There we go. Why? Oh, big freeze. It's changing back all the time. You sod. So when it comes to the arrival into Bournemouth, we're obviously going to get to Sam. Let me just check this on the actual MCDU as well. Yeah, then there's a discontinuity for the centre fix. Okay, cool. That's really good. So we're going to get there. I'll show you on here. Let's put this to plan. Turn this down to something like 20. And yeah, look, Sam. And then the next thing down is the centre fix. So there's nothing between those two on the flight plan on that screen. So what I'm going to do is get to Sam, vector myself in that direction, and then turn onto the centre fix and get ourselves ready to go. It's going to add a lot more track mileage to the descent, and yeah, it'll help us out a lot. So what is the opposite of, what was the heading? Was it 075 on the runway heading? Yeah, bearing 075. That might have been just behind my head, but it doesn't matter. So that means, oh god, it's nearly 80 degrees, so opposite is 260. 265? 75 plus 180. 255. My maths isn't great. But yeah, 255 we're going to turn it to, and then we're just going to carry on in that direction. So then we're exactly 180 degrees to the runway, and then we can tell the aircraft to go 90 degrees, so that would be, what, we're taking 90 degrees off it to go left. So that would be what? 165, and then turning into 75. I'm going to write that down because I'm going to forget that. Heading HDG 255, then 165, then direct CF, whatever runway number is. Oh, it's written here, 08. We're not far from the top of descent now, actually, either. Let's just go on to this. Top of descent 5 miles, so yeah, let's get the idea in for the arrival. 090 at Sam. We're going to let the restrictions take control of the rest of it, so let's scroll it. 090, pop that in, and we'll begin descending now. Okay, the aircraft is managing the descent very well at the moment. We're going down at 2,000 feet a minute. We're below the speed as well, which is tasty. We're going down to flight level 150 first off, because that's where the first of the restrictions is on the way down. It's doing great with speed as well. We're under that sort of envelope there. We've told it 9,000, and then we're going to turn right, and we're going to manage our altitude then, because we have to get down to 1,500 feet to intercept the centre fix. And from then on, obviously, it's just a case of intercepting the ILS, and that'll do it all for us. I say it'll do it all for us, you know what I mean. It'll get us on the glide slope, and then I've got to land the thing. I'll only have 500 feet of descent on the ILS before I actually take over and land the plane, so not a massive amount of time. What's the winds like there? It's 140 at 10, and we're landing runway 08, so there's going to be a slight crosswind. It's about 50 degrees, no more than that, 60 degrees to the runway actually, so it's quite across us at the moment. So we'll see when we get in what that's going to be like. A gorgeous day to go flying. Thanks once again, Daniel Boddington, for the charter on this. It's great to be flying back in the UK once more, and to Bournemouth as well. I think it was Daniel that chartered me from Bournemouth last time, wasn't it? Was it? Let me know in the comments, Daniel. Either way, hope you're enjoying it. Still descending really nicely here. We're just above profile by like a couple of feet, but still at 2,100 feet a minute on the way down. I'm going to now put this to 20 in constraints on both sides. What's the air pressure down here? It's 1010, so I'm just going to quickly pop that in, pop it to 1010, and then go back to standard when the aircraft lets me. Just make sure it's done it on that side. Yep. The aircraft is still slowing down very nicely. Flight level 150 is the restriction in about 6 miles time. We should get that, no dramas. We're going to let everybody know as well in the vicinity that we are on our way down here doing this. Bournemouth traffic, Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, descending through 15,000 feet on the Bug Up 1 Sierra arrival for runway 08, Bournemouth traffic. I'm also going to bring Volanta over, and we're going to go into Bournemouth on here. We're going to see if there's any traffic coming in. It's literally just me. Just me, nobody else coming in at the moment. So there's two counterparts of me. There's Volanta and VATSIM. I've shown you this before. You can see, look, there's Volanta me, which is updating a bit more frequently, and then VATSIM, which is a little bit further behind. I've put some lovely screenshots up of my flight so far. Nobody's liked them because I've got no friends. I think that's quite tasty. Oh, there's one like. That's nice. I really like that one. I think that was pretty cool. If I do say so myself. Oh, hello. Interesting. So it's just continuing at 1,400 feet a minute down at the moment. Can we not? Has it not got a VNAV path after this? How strange. Was there something I did there? I think it was concerned that the aircraft was speeding up more. The restriction is flight level 110. It is picking up a lot of speed. We might get a more drag request soon. The aircraft will shallow out. 3,300. I think that's because it's catching up with profile. Yeah, look. It's less steep now. It was catching up with profile, and now it's going to shallow out a little bit. Drop the speed down. It's sort of doing this. So yeah, nobody else on the way into Bournemouth by the look of it. So we're aiming for 9,000 feet. We're going to aim for 1,500 once we get to Sam, which will be in a few waypoints time. Let me just put that up to 40. Got Nubri, Pepys, 210 knot restriction at Pepys as well. And then what about beyond that? Yeah, Pepys, then Sam. Just about to hit that 11,000 foot restriction at Rissing. Pretty much spot on the money there. Nicely done aircraft. Okay, now it's descending again. So it's when we hit the waypoint. So it's continuing down at 1,500 feet. Is that because there's no further restriction altitude-wise? Is that why? Yeah, although no, 090. So we're going to get to the bottom of that descent by there. How very strange. How very strange. I'm just going to pop it back on. So it knows what altitude and speed it wants to be at. It's just kicking off a little bit every time it gets to a waypoint. It's dropping speed now, so we're below profile anyway. Look, we're way below profile. It's only dropping 500 feet a minute down, so it's focusing on dropping the speed at this point. We're getting to 10,000 feet, so I'm going to put the landing lights on and the seatbelt signs on as well. Let's sit everybody down, and we're going to begin our arrival into Bournemouth. Bournemouth traffic, Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, passing through 10,000 feet on the Bug Up 1 Sierra arrival to runway 08, Bournemouth. My paper fell off my clipboard when I did that.
Passenger Canada 100, 25 feet, 2 miles from Lima Alpha 34A on the ILS for 09 left, left turn base, left turn final for 09 left. 7.
It's a little bit cloudy down at this bit, isn't it? Flipping heck. Okay, we're going to be beginning our right-hand turn towards Sam in a moment. We're really trickling down the altitude towards 9,000 feet. And then we're going to be doing 210 knots at Pepys. Here's the right turn now. Nice and smooth. I'm just going to change the range on here to 20. So we get a little bit more of an idea of where we are roughly, what sort of more immediate vicinity we're in. Okay, so 9,000 feet, so we're going to sit there for a while. That green dot is going to come down really slowly as we get towards the Sam waypoint, and then after that we're then going to start descending. I'm going to put it to 3,000 feet initially, so I'm going to do that now, down to 3, and it knows about the constraint, so it's going to sit us at 9,000, and then once we get past Sam, it'll then dive us down to 3,000 feet. It's at that point then where I'm going to ask it for 1,500, because that's where we intercept the ILS. But only when we've gone past the centre fix. So my plan is to, if this is the centre fix here, we're going to fly parallel with it, so it's like a U-turn onto it. We're going to obviously do 90 degrees and 90 degrees, but it's at the point where we've gone past it, like here, where I'm going to ask it for 1,500 feet. Jesus God, my brain went blank. Bournemouth traffic, Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo on the way in on the Bug Up 1 Sierra arrival. Just about to hit the Sam waypoint, then we'll be vectoring into the centre fix for runway 08 ILS. Bournemouth traffic. Maybe a little bit too much information there, but still. We're going to go flat 1. We're at 210 knots at the moment. The aircraft is managing the speed really well, but it doesn't need to push the engines as much if we give it plenty of lift. No, we're actually slowing down considerably now. Is it asking for 141? Is that what it's really after? Maybe we shouldn't go flat 1 this early. What are we looking like on flight plan here? 14:20 arrival, so it's a little bit later than planned actually. We're 9 minutes away. The aircraft is now gaining speed. Yeah, I'm going to go flap 0 again. Not quite sure why I went for that. Oh, dearie me. That was, yeah, irresponsible. You can just see that orange bit catching up there. Not my finest moment, that. We've asked it for 3,000 feet, but we've just got to wait till it gets to the Sam waypoint, then it'll go dit, 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 and then it'll basically say that I've got control over the heading. Select, put landing system on at this stage. Awesome, it is tuned in IBH 110.5. It knows the bearing is 075, and it knows that our VAP apparently is 141, 133. Maybe it's 141 at the ILS, I don't know. I'm happy with how things are going. We're going to get to Sam, we'll put the heading in, and then we'll do a beauty shot of the little turnaround to the right. This will then change, we'll get our heading on there, it'll come up as, I believe, 1905. And there it is. Whoa, why are you turning left like that, plane? Jesus, what are you doing? That was quite scary, wasn't it? 255, please. 700 feet a minute down at the moment, so we don't overdo it. The PFD went really bright for a second there as well. It's sort of flickering between being bright and not. That's really weird. Okay, anyway. God, it looked like an advert for British Airways, that, doesn't it? Okay, so there is 08. So actually we're heading at 255 and we're actually travelling in that direction because we've got a big crosswind here. So we need to maybe turn 5 degrees off that just to get the aircraft to travel in the correct direction. because we are straying away. The airfield is apparently right in front of us as well. There's a lot of crisscrossy roads and things. That looks like an airfield over there. That might be Goodwood. Is that a bit far to be Goodwood? Yeah, airfield is just over yonder. In terms of the altitude at the moment, we're doing 700 feet a minute down. We're going to ask the aircraft in terms of speed. We want 210 knots. We're coming out of standard pressure now into 1010. Is it still 1010? Yes, it is. Winds are 140 at 10. That looks to be it. Or am I just being blind? I don't know. Oh no, it's there. There, you can see the runway. Don't know what I thought that is. That's tiny. It's there. So the bottom of our descent will be there, actually. That's when we'll get to 3,000 feet. So if we want to get to 1,500, we need to just flick that and do that. You can see the little blue arrow there is extending further and further away from us. I think we're going to do all right here. I'm going to take that to 500, see what that does to change it. There we go. A bit further away, just so we can go a bit past it and then turn back onto it. God, the wind is really severe down here, actually. Still, I hope you're enjoying this pretty interesting approach, Daniel. Thank you so much for chartering this one. I hope you're all enjoying the video as a result of this. You can also charter flights via my website. There's a link in the description for that. There's a small fee for doing so, but I would hope that you'd enjoy a little charter here and there to and from an airport of your choosing. So, we need to have the cabin crew advised. We're going to just give them a ding-dong now, just so at least we've had a chat with them. Auto throttle is on. We've got auto brake. We're going to go auto brakes medium because it's quite a small airfield. Medium. We're then going to put the flaps to what we need them to be. Speed brakes are going to be armed. We're going to arm those now. Predicted wind shear is on. Then we have the landing gear down when needs be. We're going to do that 6 miles out. I'm going to bring the aircraft down to 180 knots now, and then we're going to put some flap in. We're going to go flap 1. Once that gets under 200, we're then going to go flap 2. Drew always says 180, flap 2, you can get the aircraft to slow down and get it to fall out of the sky. If you really need to slow it down, it's 180 at flap 2. Airfield is literally just to our left. There it is. There is Bournemouth. We're going to be parking about there. You can see the A340s actually. The 600's lined up there. The aircraft is dropping below 180 degrees, but that's just because it's so sideways at the moment. It's sort of floating and having the nose up. The nose is up at like 5 degrees as well. We're considerably above profile, so we need to bring the descent down now. We need 1,000 feet a minute down. Centre fix is just off to our left, so we'll be turning onto that very soon. I'm probably just going to go direct to it, I think, because it's quite a steep turn for the aircraft to manage. Bournemouth traffic, Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, preparing to turn onto the ILS for runway 08, Bournemouth traffic. We've just got to keep descending down though, that's our main goal here, is to get to 1,500 feet. We're only about 10 miles away from the airport at the moment as well, so we're going to go a bit more past it and then we'll turn back around. God, we've told the aircraft to come down and it's really speeding up. Why on God's earth? We told you 180, you little pig. I was going to say it looked like we were absolutely diving to the ground, didn't it? How strange. How very, very strange. So we're flap 2 at the minute. And we're nearly overspeeding the flaps. It's smoothing out slightly. Let's smooth out that descent a little bit, shall we? We're about to get to 1,500 feet though, so let's now go to flight plan, direct CF08. Nice. And we'll tell it 1,500 feet, please. It's going to begin the turn onto the centre fix. That's a nice little hairpin, actually. That's good. Flipping out, we're giving the people of Bournemouth an air show, aren't we? I'm pretty sure there is Bournemouth air show, isn't there? Isn't it quite a renowned air show in the UK? Either way, Cat 3 single, 180 to 6. We're about 15 miles at the moment. Bournemouth traffic, Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, turning onto the ILS, 15 miles to run, runway 08, Bournemouth. Okay, we've got auto brakes on medium, flaps just need to come to full, and landing gear needs to come down. That's all that needs doing between now and us touching down. We've just hit approach, we've got Cat 3 single, awesome. We've got a 15 knot crosswind, we're about to level out now, and then we'll head in a straight line. You can see the runway over there. I'm enjoying this. It's been a bit of a challenging approach though. It certainly made me think twice about a few things that the aircraft was doing. We are still flaps. Oh no, we're flap 1. Now we're flap 2. I thought we'd gone flap 2 earlier on. No wonder it was going so quickly. There you go, now the nose is levelled out a bit. God, the scenery difference after turning it up from 50 is well different. Just the detail in the trees and everything, it's so much prettier. We are going very sideways here, 19 knot crosswind. We're heading sort of there at the moment. It's crazy. What's our VAP going to be? Perf. Yeah, VAP's 132. So then when we get to 6 miles out, we're going to hit this in. And we're going to bring the landing gear down. One more quick beauty shot over the town. Okay, we're getting to be about 6 miles out now, so I'm going to put the VAP in. No. And then we're going to bring the gear down. Okay, we're on to the glide slope now as well, which is great news. Bournemouth traffic, Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, landing runway 08. Bournemouth traffic. Okay, we're going to get the 1000 call out any second. Just recheck the cabin. We're still very sideways. 20 knot crosswind at the moment. That wasn't scheduled for, was it? Okay. Autopilot out. Yes, I've clicked you. Shut up. Time to land. Land a puppy. Turn the PFD up because it's very dim, just like me. Got to work with this crosswind. Try and make sure that we maintain the glide slope. We're a little bit below now. We need to bring the nose up. I have a habit for falling under the glide slope in the Airbus. Then again, I do it in the Boeing 737 as well. God, it's rocking us about a bit here. Keeping my eye on that screen. Still looking alright. We've got 2 white, 2 red. Oh, we've just gone 1 red extra there. As we've dipped under. Back to 2 white, 2 red.
400. 100 above.
Wow. 2 white,
Minimum.
2 red. Continue. Looking out the window now. It feels like we're coming in really fast.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Hey, that didn't feel too shabby at all. That did not feel too shabby at all, that. I corrected to the crosswind a bit too early, I think. Below 60 knots, manual braking. Oh, we're going to get off here at Charlie. Thank you. Appreciate that. Don't stop. Oh, you pig. Why does it do that, man? It really likes its own hydraulics, this thing. We're going to get off at Charlie here by the look of it. Turn the landing lights off. Just drive off the taxiway. Bournemouth traffic, Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, vacated runway 08. Flaps come back up, speed brakes go away, and we have vacated 08. I'm just going to come to a stop here, park up for a second, and then we will prepare the aircraft to taxi in to the gate. First things first, we'll get GSX ready for us at stand 4, gate 4. Don't request to follow me. Bournemouth ground handling. Thank you. Okay, so speed brakes. Yep, flaps retracted. TCAS goes to standby. Beautiful. We'll put that also back onto TA. Predicted wind shear off. APU master switch and then start switch up top. Let's get that APU ready. Wait a couple of seconds and pop that on. Landing lights off. Nose light goes to taxi. And yep, strobe goes to auto. Come on. There we go. And then runway turn-offs are off. Bournemouth traffic, Speedbird 2 Delta Bravo, taxi in gate 4. Second time I've been in Bournemouth. First time I flew out using a Ryanair 737. I think that was Daniel as well, actually. I flew from Bournemouth up to East Mids, and that was quite the challenging arrival. But I appreciate you, despite that going wrong that time, Daniel, I appreciate you chartering another one for me. It's massively appreciated. Just get an idea of where stuff is on the ground here. 1, 2... and then I think there's a 3 right and then 4. Yeah, 3 right and then 4. Okay. Taxi light's going to come off as we turn into stand. If I can click the thing. Let's try and remain on this centre line a little bit. The turn wasn't brilliant, so I'm slightly off in terms of my angle. I was steaming up to her. Her, him, they, them, whatever it is. Okay, we're quite straight. God, this thing speeds up. No, I'm not having that. Ah, you're going to think I'm all cheating again. There we go, 0 and 0. Cracking. Okay, parking brake comes on. And then we are going to have the nose light, which is off. Runway turn-offs off. APU bleed is going to come on. Let's get that sorted. Then we have engines 1 and 2 off. Then the seatbelt signs and beacon. So I'll go down here and I'll do it so you can see it. Engine 2 and then 1. I just caught the end of her doing that dance then. Now I remember when me and Drew landed at Gatwick a while ago, by the way, beacon off, seatbelt signs off, and fuel pumps. When Drew and I landed at Gatwick a while ago, I heard Gangnam Style for some reason. It turns out it's that. It's GSX basically. When you get 0 and 0 or you have a really good lineup, then yeah, the marshal just decides to have a bit of a dance. We'll request deboarding. And we'll get everybody off the aircraft, shall we? And that's us on the ground here at Bournemouth. Thank you so much once again to Daniel Boddington for chartering this flight today. It's been an absolute blast to be back in the A320neo, especially Tango Tango November Alpha, this gorgeous Better World livery. And yeah, a lovely, lovely flight in the UK here today. Don't forget, you too can charter flights via my website. There's a link in the description to do so, and a small fee for doing it just goes towards covering some of the scenery and obviously the time and takes for recording this and editing it. They are the longest recording and editing sessions I do of all of my videos, but I love doing it. It's the time that we put into flight simming. It's absolutely mega. Thanks as always though for watching, everybody. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I'll of course see you in the next one.